So AMG C63S. We're not going to do anything too in-depth today, as I've not done any research whatsoever. I've got a friend who's actually rented this car. He's just over there in my car at the moment. He's had this car for about, I think about 10 days, and just before he gives it back, he said let's do a little video in it. So AMG C63S, obviously there's two versions of this. There's one that runs, I think, just under 480 bhp. This being the S means it has 510 bhp. Runs slightly more torque as well. This stripe on the side I think is meant to represent the edition ones, but this isn't actually an edition one. Visually looking at this car, personally I think it's one of the most beautiful looking cars in its class. Very subtle in its looks, you know, nothing too over the top. I think the M4 and the F80 definitely look a little more aggressive. As you see, the fenders are not too wide. I think the front arches are actually 14mm wider than the standard C-Class, 14mm on each side, so very subtle. You've got these big air dams at the front, scooping cold air. Guys, forgive me if you can't hear me properly as well. You've also got these power domes on the bonnets. You've got like two of them. Get my shadow out of the way. See them there, really subtle as well, not like the M3. Most people that are not too into their cars, I don't think that they would actually even notice this car, like, you know, say like a high performance version, which is a good thing. Some people like that. They don't want to be like too in your face. Coming back to the rear, the lights are actually smoked as well, and you've got the rectangle quad style exhaust pipes. One thing that's definitely stands out over the M3 is the exhaust sound on this car. Not even just the exhaust sound, even the engine sound. Really nice sounding car. So the engine is a 4-litre V8 twin turbo. It has 510 bhp and 516 foot-pounds of torque, which is massive amounts of power. It will do 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat, and the top speed is restricted to 155 miles per hour. This car is not for the faint-hearted. Straight line performance versus the M3, this is noticeably a quicker car. Running an extra 70 to 80 bhp over an M3, expected to be a lot quicker in a straight line. One thing that definitely stands out with the Mercedes is the interior quality. It really is a special place to be. I mean, look at the door trims there. I mean, it's like a wood effect on there. You got red and black lumberjack style seats. Seats are similar to the ones you find in the A45 AMGs. One thing Mercedes don't do, they don't really differentiate the seats, which is one small little gripe. If I turn the light off, you'll see there's a real nice ambient like blue lighting in this car. As I've mentioned before, man, this is like, it's like you're in a Hilton hotel. It's just so nice, unbelievable. You got the carbon on the rev gauge. With these new Mercedes, you don't get a gear stick lever. Just over here you can see, shows reverse, neutral and drive. The gearbox this car uses the Speed Shift MCT 7-speed, which has been uprated for this C63 AMG, which obviously makes this car have a lot quicker gear shifts over your lower spec AMG models. Also, like the M cars, you get this dynamic button here, so you can see what happens. So you've got an individual mode. Let's just zoom in there. So you see there it says individual, So that's obviously like just like the M cars where you have an M button here. Messing with these buttons obviously will change the way this car behaves. Also, this car does come with a limited slip differential, slightly different to the one, the standard AMG C63. Apparently the one on the lesser spec AMG is a mechanical LSD. This one is electronic, which makes this car a little more controllable when pushing hard. But I'm really feeling this interior, man. Look at this, guys. It's like I say, you guys know how much I love my M cars, but you really can see the interior quality in this car is on a different level to the Beamers. I think we'll leave it as that. I'm gonna grab my friend who's just sitting there in my car and we'll just take the car for a spin. Right, so we're inside the AMG. This is one of my very good friends, Ross. Remember the bike ride that we did a little while ago for cancer research? It was actually Ross's mum that passed away. So yeah, like this is like family to me, and we're just basically just gonna go around basically in the AMG. So what are you saying, Ross, man?
That's it, guys. Thank you for all your likes on that video as well, by the way. Much appreciated.
Yeah, there was a bruv, that video did very well. You know that?
Yeah.
Very well.
Done my mum proud on that video, boys. Very proud.
So yeah, AMG, you've had this for a little, what, about 10 days, is it?
10 days, yeah,
10 days, yeah?
It's hurt my pocket.
So you always get the AMGs, don't you? You love the AMGs.
It's the noise. You're not beating that noise.
Yeah, you had the same one before, didn't you? It was the edition one, was it?
Yeah, for the real edition one. This one's just got the stickers to make it look like the edition one.
Okay,
I think the only difference is the seats. They got the quilted crisscross seats.
In the edition ones, yeah?
In the edition ones.
Yeah, that's right.
I've had the GTS, the yellow one you had actually, fam.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was you.
No, the old C63s, the actual real 6.3s.
What do you think of that engine sound-wise compared to this one?
You're not beating that sound.
Much better, innit?
You're not beating that sound. The power's different, because obviously this is turbo.
Yeah, twin turbo, yeah. Much
the sound, you're not beating it, bro.
Sound like death, innit, that car?
There's no way. I can't think of any car that would beat that noise, bro. That's like my favourite noise. That clacking.
Yeah, nah, for real. But what do you think about the cabin quality? It's just another level. Even compared, remember my F80, what do you think? It's a lot better?
Oh, bro, compared to, I've always said this, between Mercedes and BMW interior, I personally reckon BMW interior is whack.
Whack, yeah? Yeah, a lot of people say it.
All the orange, I don't know about the newer ones, but they stuck with the orange lighting for ages in BMW, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right.
And yeah.
Oh, it's like we're in a disco right now. Don't you think it's just mad?
Mercedes just go in with their interior, bro.
Different levels. What's your thoughts on the car, man?
Very good car.
Drifting, you've been drifting a little bit?
Yeah, loads of drifting, especially in this weather. The traction holds it back. If you used to drive around everywhere like you do, you mad man, with traction off, then yeah, it'll be a different story, but yeah.
See, this is the good thing I clocked with these cars, is the traction control's really on point. You know, with some of the M cars, they can catch you out a bit, and the back wheel sometimes, very rarely, but it is possible to lose it with MDM on and all stuff like that. But you're saying you've been driving this pretty hard, haven't you? And it's not.
Everywhere it's constant Sport Plus mode. I think the handling, I think the traction and all that is different when it's in Sports Plus mode. Am I right?
Yeah. And you're a pretty shit driver as well, ain't you? So. Yeah, but what happened that time when you drove my F80? You here.
Bruv, that was last Christmas when I had the real edition one.
You pulled over on the motorway on the hard shoulder.
I did not pull over on the motorway.
You know what it is, Ross? You know, with this car, yeah, you're not as like involved with the drive. So when I say not as involved with the drive, I mean when you hold the wheel of the my M3, right, you can feel everything what's going on with the road. You know, this car now, you hold the wheel, it's a bit like
it's more computer,
a bit feathery, innit? It's like you're just floating around, ain't you? Jesus. What have you had? You've had the Aston before, haven't you?
Oh yeah, the Aston Martin Vantage. The noise of that car sounded like a machine gun, bro.
Yeah, it did. But the ST was quicker, remember?
Hey?
The ST. They remember you raced that time in the Focus.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I raced you in the Focus, you know. The Focus ST blew it.
Yeah, that's
the Focus ST was something else.
That ST, bro, was just ridiculous. You got the front wheel drive, so you could just hammer it into the thing, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for real. Hey, gee. Man like Ross, yeah? Tell everyone where you learnt that. LLF, the channel.
LLF day out. I'll tell you the truth, I've only just started drifting since I've had this.
Well, amazing,
All
gone
the
nuts
other
if you see
times.
this video. It's a comfortable car though.
This is the thing with this car, you could use it as an everyday family car, and then once you get the family out of the car, put it in Sport Plus mode, and it's, you know what I mean?
What mode have you been driving it in?
Sport Plus.
Sport Plus. Have you noticed any difference between the modes? Or?
Yeah, like if I was to, you know, there's no one coming. If I was to put it in comfort and rev the engine.
Oh, okay, no exhaust sound.
No exhaust sound.
Sounds like a
Put it
Hoover.
in Sport Plus mode.
Oh, jeez. Big difference.
Big difference. So yeah, you got the silent.
So you're just Sport Plus.
Sport Plus all the way.
See, traction control is really on point, man. I can feel it, you know. Yeah, guys, with the M3, what happens is when the traction starts to flicker, it really steals the power, and then like it almost trips out for like good few seconds, and then gives you the power back. Whereas in this car, it flickers, but then gives you the power back immediately. Like, see, look, it's straight back in it. Goes, but comes straight back on.
But see, sometimes when it's still spinning,
Yeah.
the only way I could describe how it feels is like it cuts the turbos.
Bloody quick, innit?
There's only one other mode that's better than the Sport Plus mode, and then you got race mode.
Race mode. Have you launched it? That's launched.
No, I
guys.
haven't launched it. I didn't know how to launch it.
Yeah, you press both the paddles in together.
There's no point even launching it.
Nah,
There's a spin, wouldn't it?
Exactly. I mean, even just following you in my M3 and you was just rang me, you was like, what are you doing, man? You can't stay with me, sort of thing. It's because my M3 in this weather, like you said, it's, what is it, 1.5 degrees outside?
Yeah.
My car inspires zero confidence. So, like, the car may be capable of obviously staying with you, which it probably isn't. This car's definitely a more capable car, but it inspires no confidence. Like, you know, like you said with the F80.
Yeah, where it's just
How it just felt like you was driving. You said yourself, innit? It felt like a Escort Cosworth you was driving, a Sierra Cosworth.
Yeah, like no traction control.
Yeah,
Nothing before traction
raw,
control.
innit? Yeah. What, man, like Russian? Trying to stunt for the camera.
I was dead, bro. I've been doing it all week.
Oh
Sick.
man, don't worry. Just watch a few more videos. But so what about petrol? What's it been like on petrol? So 10 days. Like, come on, tell us how much
Obviously,
you spent.
the way I drive it don't help.
Come on, 10 days. How much?
10 days, 50 quid a day, brother, I reckon.
50 quid a day, yeah.
Yeah, and that's minimum. That's minimum. That's if I didn't go London and all that.
Yeah.
So what? 50 times 10.
50 times 10, yeah. Jeez.
Wait, that is
£500. £500 in 10 days. What's it like driving around? Does everybody stare? Like, is it one of those cars?
Definitely, it's an anti-social car because
Yeah.
of the noise. Everyone stares. The old people, you see the old people. You go out on a Saturday morning through the town.
Yeah.
They don't like it.
Don't like
You
it.
get
huh?
bare dodgy looks from the old people.
What do you rate your driving skills out of 10?
Out of 10, rear-wheel drive. They do scare me, innit? Because you know what I mean. This ain't my car for one. Chuck me in like a S3 or anything four-wheel drive, and I will annihilate anyone. And that includes you, Faisal.
Really effortless, isn't it? It's like we're driving like an Audi S3, you know, the response on the wheel. Really light and sensitive. And I can just feel, yeah, like straight away it's making me feel really confident. I can see why you're sort of taking the piss out of me. Wow. It really hooks up as well. That was just flicking. Traction control being so on point, it just makes for, yeah, most people can jump in this and just take the piss basically. In my M3, I wouldn't be taking the piss out how I am now. I mean, I am actually relying on the traction control system, whereas in my E92, of course I shouldn't be comparing to E92, but my E92, I don't even trust the traction control system, whereas this car, when I put my foot down, it kind of, look, straight away, it's like within a millisecond it's correcting itself. noticeably, definitely quicker than a stock F80. Obviously my M3 was tuned, but shit.
Out to the left hard.
Yeah.
Dodgy bit this is.
Wow, look at how it shuffles its power. Handling, you know, it's definitely more effortless than the M3. I mean, look at I mean, there's no massive feedback from the steering wheel. I know this about the AMG C63 anyway. Wow, really talky. But look, little throttle, see it?
Straight up.
Can't believe how well this car is performing. What I'm loving about this right now is I could never drive my M3 as quick as I'm driving. I'm not driving this car ridiculously fast, but like I said, the confidence it's given me, it's just doing it so easy. I mean, look, this is wet now. I wouldn't be doing this in my car now, no way. This is like almost like an icy wet. The car masks its weight because this is a fairly heavy car. I'm telling you, like, let's see if it goes. No, it won't go, look. It goes and then goes into an understeer. Look at that. Went a bit there, and that was the weight taken over. Easy, isn't it? Like kicks.
But don't you reckon it understeers quite a lot when you're doing that? You feel it then?
I mean, it's a heavy car, isn't it? That's the problem. Like when you drive an M3 and when you kick an M3, you can feel that it's a light car. With this car, it's weird because the steering is so light. It's tricking you into thinking the car's light, but it's not.
Yeah.
So like you said, when it started understeering, like only when you take the car out of control, you start to, you know, reveal its true weight. You know what I mean? So yeah, it will start to understeer and stuff like that. When I used to turn traction control off in a GTR, you realise that it was all of the computers making that car perform as well as it did. When you sort of, I don't know, obviously the GTR is not a drifting car, but the reason I mention it is because it is a heavy car, and when you did kick it, the weight would take over and it would almost just, I don't know, it was weird, like
Plow.
Yeah, just plow like a big heavy ass car, which it is. But obviously the technology, the four-wheel drive system, the way it distributes power, it's all just tricking you, like, you know. This is actually as capable as the F80 M3 when you want to put it on track, do 0 to 60 times, 0 to 100. And the only difference is that with the M3 you get more of a racing feel from behind the wheel. And like you said, it feels a bit more scary, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's where you're more connected to the car. You're really driving the M car, whereas this car, it's just foot down and look, I've not even got my hands on the wheel. Like, there's nothing to it, you know. It's so easy to drive, you know.
Effortless.
Yeah, for daily driving, it's what you want, isn't it? We call it a day.
Call it a night.
Call it a night. Yeah. If you like these night videos, I'll hit up some more, man, because I have no time limit and I'm up all night anyway. So, ow, mate. And yeah, check out Ross's YouTube channel. He's trying to make it as well. I'll pull up one of his clips now so you can see he's just a bit of a Looney Tune.
Traffic dad.
Yeah, guys, give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I will see you soon. Thank you for watching. Bye.